show love and give your energy to Sister Sunny Patterson. Let's see if I remember the piece. With arms outstretched, she hugged the curb where her son's blood flowed. It created a trail to the spot where his body was thrown, and it seems that blood makes the grass grow. Concealed his 15-year-old frame until the cops came hours later. His mama made them throw the sheet over his body. She was surprised that whoever found him didn't take his chain or his change. But some things, they never change, especially chains. Forever the aim seemed to make more slaves, keep the masses enslaved. But to enslave is to be a slave, because no one can be authentically free and then prevent others from being the same. This is all an act, a strategically played game in which the players be posing to be, but we poets, supposed to be posted for freedom. So in the midst of the swaying breezes, we be sort of like that tree, or maybe more like that small axe, ready and willing to chop down anything that negates us from the path of liberation. So even if concrete situations lead us astray, we tend to revive inside that power to create, to never again allow the demons to destroy our faith. So rise, ye mighty people, and even when it seems that we cannot be put back together again, we begin to call on Mama Isis to mend our bodies back together like Osiris is. We dealing with a resurrection here, long before Jesus, long before Isa, long before Yeshua. You see, this is what they do us. They feed us a teaching that's not even equal to the knowledge we're seeking. But in the words of Dr. John Henry Clark, he says, why would persons in power, why would they teach a powerless people to take power away from them, when to do so would be a threat to their very existence? So their mission is to kill the vision, then stick us in a system with a grave or a prison or the means to an end, when we suffer a sickness and the enemy considers the remedy to be more domination, more repression, both cloaked in terror. Then it's called freedom or peace or equality. But while calamity constantly befalls our community and the media feeds us imagery of Iraq and Iran, I'm asking, what about the millions killed in the Sudan? What about the millions killed in this land? What about the millions that exchange hands? What about the blood on the government's hands? What about the blood on the government's hands? What about the blood on the government's hands? Their plan is genocide for the colonized, while we sit, stand, and walk idly by and participate in the premeditated and perpetual slaughter of our people. So now, it's suicide for the colonized. We become so submerged in this reality that we don't clearly perceive the order. That's why we kill our brothers and sisters before we ever turn a gun on the folks who oppress us, but go to the men who pride in their sin. For the line it is thin between love and hate, and we carry the load of stories untold. They reap what we've sown, but never again. How will we explain when youths them complain of hunger and pain? Never again will remember this load. The truth it be told, we will reap what we sow, and we fight to the end. We'll fight and we'll win. We'll fight and we'll win. We'll fight and we'll win. So faith ain't got no eyes, but she got long legs, and that's probably why my mama stand proud. The faith ain't got no eyes, but she got long legs, and gotta be why my mama don't cry. But even when daddy beat her, even when daddy cheat her, poor mama don't shed no tear. And even though he come home smelling like alcohol, poor mama don't have no fear. She take the keys to the car and hide them in the backyard, and that's when all the fussing start. He say, babe, where the keys, because I'm ready to leave, and that's when poor mama got caught. She looked into his eyes, and what no surprise, he took the anger out on the face. A right jab to the nose, and then a couple more blows, and there was blood all over the place. And so we sat on the bed, cause I was truly amazed. Look, my daddy left us that day. He cared more about his liquor than me and my sister. sister, but I really wanted daddy to stay. And so we prayed, and then my poor mama said, look, that daddy had to go away. But after months he came home, he was sober and strong, and mama took him back again. He never raised his hand, cause if he did, he would land in a grave. That's what mama said. But how you stay there that long when you know he was wrong? She said you had to have a little faith. Cause faith ain't got no eyes, but she got long legs. And that's probably why my mama stand proud. Cause faith ain't got no eyes, but she got long legs. And gotta be why my mama don't cry. It's gotta be why my mama don't cry. It's gotta be why my mama don't cry. So he speaks of his dreams as if no one is listening. Like mere whisperings in the wind, but I hear him. I see him. See him searching the air for a piece of peace, or at least something more to hold on to. Because what we hold on to are the same attitudes that allow our visions to slip through the slits between our fingers. And I guess that brings us back to that question of old, like what is a dream deferred? I guess it's something like faith without works, or a truthful word left unspoken, or unheard, or unheeded, or forgotten about to rot in the corner. And by the time we realize this is what we have been wanting all along, it's too late. But I'm here to say, it ain't never too late. Because while truth may change its clothes, it never changes its worth. It just wants us to come closer. Keep your hopes up. I know it's difficult, and especially when you feel you've given all you can give, and they say live and let live, but even that gets hard when dead men walk, and darkness fills the eye, and the only light that's allowed to penetrate is the flame from a match to a joint laced with crack, and I can't rack my brain on how to bring you back. Daddy, I just pray that you sane enough to pick up your slacking wherever you lacking. Let divine remembrance fill those gaps. Like, don't you recall that throne you set upon, king? Or don't you recall the queen you left behind before all these feathers invaded your mind? Before this dullness took over your life, you were divine. Remember, I still bring offerings to your temple. I still bear sacred food for you because I know that you are much greater than the obstacles you go through. And I will tell them who may not believe, please don't weep. I will tell them not to moan, because I know you'll be home, transformed, reborn, like a bright and lustrous sun rising on the eastern horizon, as intense as the noontime, and you will shine like forever in my eyes. But your eyes, Daddy, your eyes, be ye not blinded by the vices that reside. Be ye not blinded by the voices that lie, for you have been endowed with the power of the Most High. So Papa, regain your glory. Let shine your light. Let love it lead you, and remember your plight. For divine remembrance is heavenly sight, and you are a God. Remember? Okay.